It's Madden NFL 24 on EA Sports, and there's no love lost between these NFC South foes. It's the New Orleans Saints and the Carolina Panthers, and it's coming up next.
And we welcome all of our viewers inside a place that the folks around here like to call the Vault, and that's Bank of America Stadium in uptown Charlotte. Coming up, we've got what should prove to be a good one, as it'll be the New Orleans Saints taking on the Carolina Panthers. Joined by Charles Davis, I'm Brandon Gaudin. CD, the Panthers coming to 2023 with a lot of new faces, most notably, of course, at head coach and a quarterback. But what do you think it would take for them to emerge on top in the NFC South?
Better efficiency on offense, partner. I think they continue to beef up the offensive line, add to the playmakers on the perimeter, and run the football with some authority. Pair that with the defense. It's been pretty good for the last few seasons. This team has a chance to take charge in a wide-open NFC South.
And then for the visiting Saints, most people might not realize this. You talk about defenses against the pass last year. The Eagles Super Bowl team, they were number 1, but coming in at number 2, these New Orleans Saints.
Remember, they're led by a defensive-minded head coach, and he plans really well on that side of the ball. Want to see if they can continue that and find some firepower moving the ball on offense.
Here's Will Lutz ready to get this one started. And off we go from uptown Charlotte. Now Raheem Blackshear going to take this one out. And he's up past the 20 to the 22-yard line. So here are the Panthers set to take over for the first time. And Charles will get a look at the much-heralded rookie Bryce Young, the first overall pick from April's draft.
Bryce Young, the quarterback out of Alabama with a Heisman Trophy in his hip pocket, is the new face of Carolina football. 80 touchdowns, just 12 picks in his college career for the Crimson Tide. He may be a little small in terms of size, but potential, massive.
One of the Panthers' big off. And right away, he lost the football. But it looks like one of the DBs has it. And his guys will take over at the 25-yard line.
As you and I both know, one reason teams script plays to start a game is so they can practice them ahead of time. I will guarantee you that fumble was not in the script.
You don't think they had fumble written next to play one there?
No, that was never in the script because they want to have good memories when they go into a ball game, not something that could have gone wrong.
So here come the Saints to take over for the first time. And here's the new man under center after 9 seasons as a Raider. Derek Carr is the guy.
And so often when you've stolen a possession, as they just did there,
on the first play,
picking up the fumble, the natural inclination is to attack, go after them big. Sometimes what you just want to do is put the ball in the hands of one of your best players and one of their favorite plays and establish your dominance that way.
So that one overturned. They say the knee was down, and that will not be ruled a fumble. The fumble on first down. Now here's second down. Throwing, Young. Oh, he dropped it. They were looking for him in the middle third. He couldn't catch it. Now third down. Well, that's not the way you want to start. A first pass attempt and a first drop all in one.
Well, you've got plenty of time to make up for it, but obviously not the way you want to get things started. Got to shake that off and get going.
A tough spot here on their opening drive. This is 3rd and 7. The open man is Shark. It's complete. And he is going to have a Panthers first down as they're able to get the third down conversion. So, Charles, take nothing away from this young man under center because I know people think he's got a very bright future in this league, but I have to figure the defensive coordinators love the thought of squaring off against a rookie quarterback.
And especially if they have guys they can put together a game plan with, it's going to confuse, disguise a lot of coverage, make this kid think a little bit. Because in college, he's seen a lot of things. Let's not get it wrong here. But at the same time, in the NFL, you can do so much more because of the athletes you have, because of their football IQ. And don't forget, you're going to throw a couple extra rushers at him as well. See if he can handle the pressure when those guys come at him.
It's a second down run with Sanders. And running room scarce here. He's going to be stopped in his tracks at the line of scrimmage. Officially nothing on that one, no gain, so they're left with still 10 to go on third down. Now Young. And he'll let this one go deep for Chark. This is caught inside the 15. Touchdown, Carolina. DJ Chark, 55 yards. And the Panthers will claim the early lead as they're on the board first here tonight. Boy, just zero hesitation from the rookie passer there, partner. He is coming out firing in this opening quarter.
And all the talk leading into this game was that pass rush talking about challenging this guy, getting into his grill, getting into his space. And how about him? Might be his first year in the NFL, but I don't see any fear in him at all. How about that big-time throw right out of the gate?
Piñeiro's extra point up and good. And it's now a 7-0 game. Now after the touchdown, here's Piñeiro to kick it off. Oh, a good return up past the 30. A solid return, pretty good field position. They'll start at the 32. The Saints coming out now to take the field. Carr going to lead the Saints up here first and 10 at about the 32. In his 7th season now, here's Alvin Kamara. And this will leave him a yard short. Nice pickup of 9 yards on first down.
A nice run here early on. It doesn't take a great play caller to realize you want to establish a guy of his caliber with runs like this early because they'll pay dividends as the game progresses.
From the 41, this is second and a yard. On the counter, here's Kamara. And he'll get up to the 43-yard line. They'll get 3 as the drive continues. It's a first down.
I know what you're thinking out there. I know a lot of you are thinking, take a shot downfield. It's a great spot for it. I'd say maybe later in the game, definitely in the second half. But right now, I think they were just trying to get some momentum built. Get a first down, pick it up, and keep moving.
Now a first down carry. It's Kamara. And he is going to be stopped cold behind the line of scrimmage. He'll lose a yard there, and it's second and 11.
Well, let's face it, that's just a helpless feeling for a running back there. He's looking up to find a hole, and all he finds is a whole lot of ticked-off linebacker.
So after the loss of a yard, they'll look to push forward here on second down and 11. Again, it's Kamara. And some pretty strong running there as he'll take this across the 50 and down to the 44. 14 yards is the pickup. First down, New Orleans. You were telling me this yesterday. This is exactly what they want to do on the opening drive, establish the ground game.
Yeah, remember our conversation we were talking about with one of the GMs in the league that's told me repeatedly, it's a big man's game, and it's not necessarily size. He's talking about playing some big boy football. Line up, get leverage, knock people back, and establish the run early.
And now a throw on first down there, but it's incomplete.
Nice job there forcing that incompletion. This is going to be a fun battle throughout this game. Watching him try to take away that area of the field.
Now Carr, after the incomplete pass, brings him up second and 10. Back to throw here. Looking for Johnson, and it's intercepted. Picked off by J.C. Horn. And the Panthers are going to have the football here at their own 35-yard line.
And Brandon, this is a real nice job defensively of getting inside a quarterback's head and figuring out, okay, where's he going with the football? Because you can make an educated guess defensively, not all the time, but sometimes. And when you're right, you've got a decent chance of coming away with the football.
The Panthers coming back out onto the field for their second drive. They've got a 7-0 lead in the football as well as they start out 1st and 10. Following the interception, Young, his throw incomplete.
After watching him drop that slant, I can hear my old coach's voice ringing in my ears right now. You can't run with the ball until you catch it. Trying to get those rack yards before he secured it.
Here's 2nd and 10 now from the 35. They go play action. Young. Connection made with Chenault. 4 yards the gain, and it'll bring up a 3rd down. Young now. Able to complete this to Chenault. And he is going to have the Panthers 1st down as they're able to get the 3rd down conversion.
Someone sharp in this game. I mean, a touchdown pass in the first drive and comes right back, and he's flinging it around really well here.
Really nice throw there to pick up the 1st down. You kind of just feel a laser focus and confidence about him, and I think we saw that this week, didn't we? Talking to him and the coaches, they felt good about his performance coming up.
Yeah, I was really impressed with that last practice we saw when they went through 2-minute drill, when they went through all the different situations. Ball hardly hit the ground, and I thought, yeah, he might be locked in for this one. So much of this game is focus and concentration. And whenever I see guys running the in route, I know that in the back of their mind, they're always wondering who's lurking inside that might put a big hit on them as they try and catch the ball.
A 2nd down throw for Young. And his throw here's incomplete.
Partner, I came into this game eager to see how they would hold up in man coverage. And on that play, they held up quite well.
So back-to-back incompletions, and that has him staring at a 3rd and 10. To throw, Young. And he will slide to a stop. He does have the 1st down. 27 yards there on a very nice 3rd down conversion.
As we both know, there was a lot that went into why they made him their 1st-round pick this year. And part of it was what they saw in college, his playmaking ability when things break down. As soon as he saw he wasn't getting a lane to throw, he pivoted and found an alternate way to the marker.
So here's a 1st and 10 now down inside the 20. Young to throw it. And the timing a bit off that time as that one falls to the ground. Laviska Shenault, the intended target, but it'll be 2nd down. The play fake, now Young. And his throw is incomplete.
Well, every point certainly counts at this stage of the game. But after driving so far, you absolutely know they want to finish it with 6 instead of 3.
This offense was on the move. Now 2 straight incompletions have them looking at 3rd and 10. Now Young. And he's got it. Touchdown, Panthers. DJ Chark with his 2nd touchdown in this opening quarter. And the Panthers have taken a 13-0 first quarter lead. There was a lot of zip on that pass, and baseball might have called that a frozen rope.
I like it when you bring the diamond into the game. I'm going back to the gridiron. Had some heat on that bad boy. Sometimes you throw a touchdown pass, and sometimes
you throw, what, a touchdown strike?
There you go. That's my man, in concert.
Piñeiro's extra point up and good. And that'll make the score 14-0. Now after the touchdown, here's Piñeiro to kick it off. Now a hit and a loose football. So a teammate picking him up there, that was nearly disaster.
And the way that you coach these things, you want to make sure you have eyes towards the return guy, because you want to make sure that the catch is secured. A lot of teams do that. They have at least one guy. Okay, you're responsible for making sure he secures the catch. He's not always the one that makes the recovery, but he can always sound out the alarm. Hey, ball's on the ground. We've got to get it back.
They go back to the air here after the INT on the last drive. And he'll just get rid of it.
And I can see the officials kind of looking at each other down there, silently wondering, does this meet the level of grounding? Fortunately, he did have a receiver in the area, but I have seen less obvious throwaways called as penalties.
Now Carr, after the incomplete pass, brings him up 2nd and 10. Here's a play fake as they set up to throw. And he will not get away from the pressure here. Carr taken down. Multiple players combined for their team's first sack of the game.
Well, partners, the first quarter, too early to start talking about needing a comeback. They're down 2 touchdowns already, and that sack, that disrupts this drive. They need something to go right on offense, and they need it to happen soon.
Now on 3rd and long, they'll look to throw. This is going to be incomplete.
2 drives won't tell the story of this game, but you absolutely have to like how this defense has played thus far. They have yet to allow this offense to get on track in this one.
The Saints going to send out Blake Gillikin to punt on 4th down here. Fair catch called for and made at about the 32-yard line. A 40-yard punt, no return. And the Panthers will take over now, 1st and 10. They start on the ground here at Sanders. And he'll be brought down just shy of midfield at the 49-yard line. 16 yards right off the bat and a 1st down.
That was good, tough running right up the middle. And if the defense can't penetrate and make him slow his pace or change direction, that's often the end result.
So one play, and they're already just shy of midfield. Young to throw it. Quickly to Thielen here. It'll go as a gain of 4, and that'll bring up 2nd down.
What terrifies defenses when they see slant routes thrown is that the receiver is on the move, and oftentimes he catches it and gets upfield. Does a really nice job rallying to him and stopping him for a minimal gain.
Ball on the 47-yard line. Here's 2nd and 6. Looking to throw, Young. This is Chenault on the receiving end. That one a 1st down pickup of 8. It's Young off play action. That's swung out wide to Sanders. And he's going to be out of bounds down around the 35-yard line. Running right, here's Sanders. And good running, going to get this down close to a first at the Saints 30. That's going to be a 6-yard gain. It leaves them with third down and just a yard to go.
That was a good run, and it got to the second level. And what I mean by that is that's where the linebackers usually play. First level being the defensive front, last level being the secondary. But the strong safety position ended up making the tackle. And oftentimes, we call them a hybrid. Combination defensive back, combination linebacker. We saw the linebacker make the stop.
And looking for a lane, but none to be found for Sanders as they stop him short of the line to gain.
On that play, it was the defensive front that won the battle. They out-leveraged the offensive line, got into the field, and held them to no gain.
Eddie Pinheiro on now. It'll come from the right hash. It's a 47-yard attempt. The kick by Pinheiro is good. And that'll make this 17-0 here in the opening quarter. So they get the 3. It was 4th and 1, and I think you were doing what I was doing. I was looking down at the sideline. I'm not sure the offensive unit wanted the 3. They wanted to go for it.
But when have we ever seen a unit that didn't want to go for it in that situation, right? Sometimes it's just way more important to have the points on the board than to worry about any type of a gamble.
So an early advantage now and a good one. 17-0 our scores. They kick this one away. This taken in at the goal line. And he'll be brought down right on the chalk of the 20. And hold on here, because on that last run, it looks like we have a player who was shaken up. The medical staff will attend to him, and we will step aside.
Let's go, man. Whatever it takes, I'll get it.
The Saints offense on the field, ready to get their drive started. They've shown precious little here offensively thus far as they try again with a first down now. And he'll go down at the 26 following a gain of 6. Well, you're down early. How do you get back in the game? Maybe establish the run. I think they're trying to do that.
Now, I'm with you on that one, and what I like about the message is that there's no panic from the head coach. He's already told his offensive coordinator, let's run the football, let's get things settled down a little bit and find our way back into this game.
Now it's Kamara in the passing game, and he'll be brought down shy of the 40 at the 38-yard line. 12 yards there, good for a Saints first down.
Well, these guys certainly need something good to go their way because this first quarter has been something of a disaster for them trying to move the ball, but that completion there maybe can get them focused and moving in the right direction.
On play action, now Carr. There's Chris Olave. 17 yards on the play as they try to eat into this 17-point deficit. Had to put that ball in there with a little extra zip, and he put it right where it needed to be.
Yeah, and that little extra pace that he had on the pass, that required a little extra concentration for him, didn't it? Ball can get on you pretty quick in that manner, and he handled it well and picked up the first down.
So from Panther territory now, it's 1st and 10 at the 45-yard line. They'll send a receiver in motion to the right. And he'll go down here at the 35-yard line. Give him 10 yards on the keeper, and it'll lead to a second down. Kamara up the middle. And this time not quite to the 30. It'll be down at the 31-yard line. A gain of 5, good enough for the first down.
Well, they came into this game saying it was important that they set the tone and show that they can run the football. I believe that they've done that here in the first quarter.
Line of scrimmage, the 31 now on 1st and 10. Carr going to throw. And his throw is going to be incomplete.
It sort of looks like they still have some fight in them on this series because it seemed like things were headed for the red zone. But if this defense gets 2 more stops, they can keep them out of that area.
Now Carr, after the incomplete pass, brings him up 2nd and 10. They'll set up to throw. And he's going to go down here. A sack. They push him back to the 34. Kamu Krujay-Hill getting in there and taking him down.
3 scores down, not even a halftime yet. They are not getting much generated offensively. They've got to figure it out.
It's tough because this defense just seems to be playing with so much confidence right now.
They really are. They are on their toes, and they're getting at them.
Now throwing on 3rd down there, but he cannot connect. Strong coverage by Carolina, and on we go to 4th down.
The frustration evident there because he couldn't find anyone on 3rd down, and he left no doubt that he was throwing that one away.
So on 4th down, on comes Saints kicker Will Lutz. On the right hash, officially this will be a 51-yard attempt. The kick by Lutz is good, and they're on the board at least here. It's now 17-3. So, Charles, they are on the board after that kick. So 3 drives, 3 points. Obviously not the start that you were hoping for, but they're able to erase that 0 off the scoreboard.
Yeah, I guess what you're saying is a point a drive is not what offenses are striving for by any stretch. They're happy they've got 3 now. They hope that that unlocks their offense for bigger points down the road.
Following the made field goal, Lutz to kick it away. And Raheem Blackshear now to return it. And not much happening on the return as he'll get this to about the 23.
Once again, we got to get it done. It's game time. This is your game, baby. They got to run.
The Panthers out there and ready to begin their next drive. And they split the uprights last time for 3. They've got the lead. They're not going to play this conservative. They're not hoping for another field goal. They're hoping for a touchdown.
I'm with you on that one. I like where your head is. I like the way you're thinking because you're exactly right. Trying to sit on a lead and play that way, that doesn't work too well for most teams. Run your offense. Yep. Run what you do best. Exactly. Put it all the way down and try to increase your lead in a big way. And the best way to do it, touchdowns.
Young. Going to be knocked away and incomplete.
Give them credit for excellent coverage, tight coverage. They're doing a lot of things that we talk about in basketball. They're causing disruptions in the passing game. And as long as that continues, it'll be tough for them to gain any momentum throwing the ball downfield.
Now they face a 3rd and 10 after back-to-back incompletions. Throwing, Young. And that one is incomplete. And it also concludes quarter number 1. An entertaining start to this one. More to come on EA Sports. Second quarter now from Charlotte, and it's the Panthers with the football. So on 4th down, here's Johnny Hecker to punt it away. And take it right on the 30. Great blocking on the return. It springs him for 25. And the Saints will have a short field in front of them. They take over here, 1st and 10. Out onto the field comes New Orleans. And after the field goal last time, we'll see what they can get here. At least they got points out of the last drive, Charles.
I never met an offensive coach that didn't want to drive to end with a kick. Most of them want it in with a PAT, right? In this case, a field goal, they'll take it. Way better than the alternative, which is a punt.
Yeah, but you met fan bases that wanted that, that weren't happy with that field goal.
I haven't met a fan base yet that wants to drive in with a kick other than the extra point. That's it.
They'll pound it up the middle with Kamara. And he's able to get this one down to about the 40. Give him 5 on the carry there, and it'll be second down.
And that's exactly what you want on a first down run. Pick up 5 yards, bring up 2nd and 5. The defensive line, though, they've got to figure out a way to out-leverage the guys up front because the offensive line is winning at the point of attack.
Kamara gets it again on second down. Oh, that one well designed as he'll take this down to the 30-yard line. They picked up 5 yards last time. Now they double it and get 10 here. We often give credit to the O-line there. 2 tight end formation. Those tight ends block pretty well also.
Yeah, and that's one of the most dynamic positions in football now. The tight ends who can block at the line of scrimmage at the point of attack, and they can also get downfield and catch the football.
They'll send a receiver here in motion right. They run it again with Kamara. And he can only manage to get a couple. 2nd and 8 coming up. Well, now, after all of this, hang on here because he appears to be shaken up. The medical staff is going to come out here and take a look, and we will take a short break. Second down, 8 to go from the 28. 1,000-yard rusher for the first time last year. This is Jamal Williams. It'll go down as a 2-yard loss, and it brings up a 3rd down.
The job of any linebacker involves having enough strength to fight off a blocker and get to ball carriers, but in this case, I think we can safely say he beat him right off the snap to get into the backfield and make that play.
Throwing his car on 3rd down. And that will be incomplete. Problems on 3rd down so far in this first half. Relatively small sample size, but they're now 0 for 3.
And the average in the league, somewhere around 40% on 3rd down for offenses. So what's the answer to this? Either convert them or don't get the 3rd down in the first place. Get your big chunks of yards on 1st and 2nd down.
The kick by Lutz is good. And a second field goal here gets him back within 11 now. It's 17-6. So a good snap, good hold, and right down the middle.
Never in doubt. Just the way you used to hit them, partner.
You mean like kicking the ball?
Exactly.
Well, that was in high school.
Doesn't matter. I don't care what level. You hit them, they go through.
Following the made field goal, Lutz to kick it away. From a couple yards deep, he'll bring it out of the end zone. And he had no room to run as he's tackled down inside the 20. Now the Panthers offense, they get set to come back onto the field. No points last time out. They were forced to punt, if you remember, but no time to dwell on that. They've still got the lead here and a chance to add to that here. 1st and 10 as this new drive starts. Young on 1st down. It's caught by Sanders. This will be stopped about 2 yards shy of the marker. 8-yard gain, 2nd and 2.
Just about every quarterback is trained to really look downfield first before you come back and make a nice, safe throw. And in this case, that's exactly what he did. Found his running back, let him create some space, and it turned out to be a nice play for the offense.
Up the middle they go with Sanders. And he'll be brought down right at the 30 here. 4 yards the pickup, 1st down.
They were not fooling around at all, were they? 2nd and short, and they brought out the heavy package. almost felt like the super heavy package against that defense, didn't it?
Yeah, I don't think they expected that much beef up front, and it turned into an easy first down conversion. On 1st and 10, Young. That one complete. He finds Sharp. And the result here, a pickup of 8. Leaves him with 2 to go on 2nd down.
Good throw, good catch, but I really like the route. The drag and being able to run away from defenders, hard to stick with them for that long.
Yeah, better against man than zone, or?
Better against man, because now you're running away from someone and you're not running into a defensive player in another zone.
Sanders here as they run out of the gun. And a pretty quick burst there as he'll get this across midfield and down to the 46. It's a Carolina first down on a gain of 16.
Nice run from Sanders to accomplish a couple of long-awaited firsts last season in Philadelphia. Finally broke 1,000 yards and had 11 touchdowns to help reach his first Pro Bowl.
It's Young on 1st down. And his throw's going to be incomplete.
Offense was moving it a little bit, had them back on their heels, but they earned a brief pause by forcing the incompletion. That gives them a quick chance to regroup and try and mount a stand before they're backed up even further.
Young's incompletion on 1st down leads to a 2nd and 10. They'll run with Sanders up the middle, and he is swallowed up right at the line of scrimmage. No gain on that one as it brings up a 3rd and 10. If this defense wants to stay in this ballgame, they've got to start ending some drives. That helps.
And they have to look ahead at what they expect the offense to do. And right now with that lead, that's run the football. So you don't just stack the line of scrimmage. You have to get upfield and try and make some plays in their backfield.
Young on 3rd down. It's incomplete. Took a shot, couldn't connect.
Definitely worth taking another deep shot here. He's already found the end zone twice here in the first half.
Yeah, go back to that same well. They've had trouble containing him, but able to contain him on that play. So on now is Johnny Hecker to punt this one away. And this punt sails over the sideline, and the spot, it looks to be right at the 25-yard line. The Saints offense now, they get ready to head back onto the field. And tough to win games if you're going field goal, field goal, field goal here. They got field goal last time. Now they'll be looking for a touchdown.
They're looking for the big chunk now because, as you noted, the field goal way of doing it makes it that much harder and puts more pressure on every possession for you now. Go ahead and get 6 and feel a lot more comfortable about the position they're in.
Bigger chunks. We'll see if they can get the score. They start the drive on the ground. It's Williams. And they'll get him down after a pickup of 8, 2nd and 2.
Good yardage there on 1st down. Exactly what you want. Get yourself set up to keep making first downs, keep the clock running. And if they're smart, you're starting to milk the clock. No hurry before you run your 2nd down play.
Here's a 2nd and 2 now from the 33. Again, it's Williams. And to the 42-yard line here and brought down there. 9 yards to pick up there, and it's a first down.
Good, strong run by Williams. And who had him eclipsing the great Barry Sanders in 2022? He set a new Lions franchise record and led the NFL with 17 rushing touchdowns. Also had his first career 1,000-yard season and earned a nice free agent contract from the Saints.
He'll get this up to about the 44.
Well, sometimes as a running back, you've got to be able to improvise when the hole's not where you expect it to be. But in this case, there wasn't any improvisation that he could do that was going to work. Kind of like if you're trying to be a comedian on open mic night at the Improv and you run into a tough crowd.
On 2nd down, Williams. And he is met in his tracks behind the line of scrimmage. A yard in the wrong direction makes 3rd down tougher. 3rd down and 9.
It always helps when you get great run support from your safeties, and when you get one who can actually read the play and get upfield and shut it down before it gets going, that's exactly what you're looking for.
Now Carr. Pressure comes in. He's brought down. It's a Panther sack. It was Henry Anderson who got in there to get him down. These sacks now, they're starting to pile up, Charles, and that front 7 defensively, they've had their way with this offensive line.
And I think at this stage, we have to start thinking about different play calls. We've got to start helping this quarterback out because the entire game he's been under siege. I don't care what the down and distance. They've got to get the ball out of his hands a lot quicker.
Blake Gillikin on to punt now on 4th down. 44 on his first punt, and this is a good kick as well. And a fair catch signaled for and taken just outside the 20-yard line. This offense returns to the field, and the former Penn State star Miles Sanders, we get a look at him. He's been effective so far, over the 40-yard mark here in the second quarter. Don't forget about those guys up front, though. They've been effective, too.
The leverage game has been in their favor. They've been the ones who've been able to bend their knees, drop their hips, and get a little bit lower than the guys on the other side of the football, and they've moved them out of the way for the runner.
Sometimes that's tough for those big fellas.
Not an easy thing for them to do.
Now a first down throw for Young. His throw incomplete. DJ Chark the intended target, and that'll bring up second down. Shotgun snap, and then the give to Sanders. Looking for a seam, but finding none. He'll get back to the line of scrimmage, and that's it. Calling no gain on the run there, and now they'll be looking at a third down. Well, we talk about defenders, specifically linebackers, keeping their eyes in the right spot. He had that eye down the entire time.
And you know that's not easily done because they throw a lot of misdirection at you. They try and fool you and get your eyes in the wrong place. But you're right about that one. He correctly figured that one out and made a really...
And he can't find a receiver, and he's brought down. And that'll bring up 4th down on a big sack with a loss of 5.
But that's what they have to do more of defensively. Not just getting sacks, but they have to keep getting in his face. Not let him get his feet set and deliver. He's been carving them up previously.
Yeah, already has a couple of touchdown passes. About time they put a few grass stains on that jersey. On is the punter, Hecker, as he gets this one away. And a fair catch called for and made just inside the 35-yard line. So possession goes over here on the punt. And the Saints will take over with a first down and 10. Carr going to lead the Saints up here, 1st and 10 at their 35-yard line. They'll come out throwing here to start the drive. Johnson's got it complete. 15 yards is the pickup there, and the drive starting very nicely. First down.
Well, this hasn't really been a first half to remember on either side of the ball, but I think this kind of makes this an important drive. You'd love to get this back to a one-score game if you can. And that's good work there to get some yardage here and pick up the first down.
Now the Saints' third-round pick back in April. It's Kendre Miller. And he is met at the line of scrimmage, and he goes down right there. Call it no gain on the play, and it'll be second down.
I think what we just saw there, partner, was linebacking speed that can trump O-line power. We see that at times because he filled the gap before the offensive lineman could get to the next level and take him on.
They stay on the ground. This time it's Williams. He'll be taken down at the 48 for a pickup of 2 yards. The Saints on third down, not good, 0 for 4 thus far. This is 3rd and 8. Now Carr. Got an open man, it's Olave. And they're going to have another first down as the tackle's made at the Panthers' 20-yard line. They give them 27 yards on the third down conversion.
Yeah, these are the types of plays they're going to need to hit on if they're going to get back into this game. It hasn't been the greatest of first halves, but this is a nice throw here on third down, and they keep the drive going.
A first opportunity upcoming in the red zone for the Saints. 1st and 10 right at the 20. Now Carr on the bootleg. Over the middle into the hands of Michael Thomas. And the Saints are going to be set up with a 1st and goal coming up as they get him down at the 6-yard line. It looks like a jumbo set with 3 tight ends here for 1st and goal. They'll try and run. This is Williams. And he'll barrel his way into the end zone for a Saint touchdown. Jamal Williams, a 6-yard touchdown run. And the Saints have cut it back within a score. Well, we have seen the stiff arm get a bit of renaissance here in recent seasons, and that was pure strength there as he forced his way into the end zone.
And when you think of guys who use the stiff arm so effectively, I go back to guys like Earl Campbell, Walter Payton, some recent guys like Marshawn Lynch. Let's go to the Wayback Machine. Bronco Nagurski, he dealt out a wicked stiff arm.
Will Lutz on for the point after. And he bangs it through and makes it a 17-13 ball game. That time a 6-play drive. And it was Jamal Williams who ended things with a touchdown run. After the touchdown, Lutz to kick it off. And this will not be returned. It'll come out to the 25. Look at DJ Chark as he and the rest of the offense head back out. We're in the second quarter. He already has 2 touchdowns. We know how good he is. That's well documented. How do you contain him?
We know he's a nightmare. So in this situation, I would go ahead and double him, maybe even have a 3rd person in the area, and try and dissuade them from throwing him the football. Make someone else beat me for a while, because I don't know that their talents are his, because when he gets his hands on the ball, he breaks down my entire D. Someone else, they may not make the same type of a play.
Well, we know his talents are very good. He'll be dropped after a gain of about 6 across the 30 to the 31. Two minutes remaining in this first half of football. They'll come up now 2nd and 4 from the 31. To throw, Young. And he's taken down here by the Saints. The Saints going to call the first of their timeouts. So as they take it over, we step aside. And for the Saints here on 3rd down, an extra defensive back on the field. They'll run with Sanders. Now we'll get a quick timeout called by New Orleans, number 2. So that means they're down to 1 remaining here as we head toward halftime. Here's Johnny Hacker now as the drive goes backwards, so he's on to punt it away. And a fair catch taken back near about the 35, 36-yard line. Jamal Williams making his way back onto the field. They've given him some touches. They haven't had a lot of success on the ground. Do you maybe keep going to that well, or do you mix it up more?
I think you mix it up more, try and loosen things up. Get the defense to react to other people, other plays, but don't forget about it. That's your horse. You know, Secretariat lost twice in his career.
So educational. That's very true, kids. Look it up. Carr now on 1st down. Nothing open downfield, so he'll throw it away. Now Carr, after the incomplete pass, brings him up 2nd and 10. He'll look to throw. That is hauled in by Michael Thomas. Still going. Inside the 10. Touchdown, New Orleans. Michael Thomas, 64 yards. And the Saints have taken the lead. And that touchdown drive happened very, very quickly. You knew that they had the quick strike ability. They showed it.
And for a defense that understands that, it still drives them crazy when it actually happens to them. Fast and furious, there came the points.
Lutz to try to add the PAT. And that one gives them a 3-point lead. Pretty clean and simple there. Just 2 plays. The long pass resulting in the touchdown on play number 2. After the touchdown, Lutz to kick it off. Blackshear now on the return. And he returns this to the 22. Now the offense for the Panthers here getting the football back. See if they can put this drive in the end zone, Charles, because it's been a little bit of a rough go at times. They've had to punt the football a ton in this ball game because of stalled out drives.
So are you saying that you're kind of tired of seeing the punter run out there and do his thing during this game? Is that what you're trying to say?
Well, I mean, I'm okay with it. I have a feeling that this offense, they don't want to see the punter again.
And frankly, the punter doesn't want to run out there anymore himself. He would love to see his offense put together a drive and give his leg a rest.
And past the 40 before he's out of bounds. I know it's an emotional game, Charles. You can't do that.
And when you get into your film sessions and you argue your case with your coaches, that's exactly what they say at the end. You just can't do it. It costs your team.
Let's go, boy. Let's go. Yeah, baby, make it do it again. Let's do it. Let's go. Let's go. Let's go.
So the yellow flag came out, and that leads to a new set of downs for this offense. 1st and 10. Now Young. And the Saints pressure gets him. Brought down for a sack. Pete Werner, his 2nd sack of the night. He continues, Charles, to be under constant pressure, and these sacks, they're starting to pile up.
And if they want to have a realistic chance in this one, they've got to change their blocking assignments. They've got to do a better job to keep him upright. If he's going to be on the deck constantly, they've got no chance to win this game.
Young's throw complete to his receiver, Thielen. Now the Panthers going to use the first of their timeouts as the clock shows 50 seconds to play here in half number 1. The first down line at the 34 here on 3rd down. Now Young. The open man is Shark. It's complete. And he'll be touched out here, but not before he does pick up the first. A strong 8 yards will keep this drive rolling.
That's not the first time they've looked his way when they've needed a big play. He's been the go-to guy all game long. And they get the hook up again on 3rd down to keep this drive alive.
A first down throw for Young. That's a quick slant. He finds Adam Thielen. The Panthers going to use the 2nd of their timeouts. So that means they're down to 1 remaining here as we head toward halftime. So here's a 1st and 10 now down inside the 20. Again, it's Young. And his throw here's incomplete. He was looking for Miles Sanders out of the backfield. That'll bring up second down.
Let's do it. Let's go, baby.
Young to throw it. And that is incomplete. Down to 15 seconds now.
Anytime a ball's thrown in the middle of the field that's popped up in the air, I expect someone to catch. It doesn't matter whether it's offense or defense because there's usually a great amount of bodies in that part of the field. In this case, no one came up with it.
Now play number 7 of the drive as they're looking at a 3rd and 10. Out of the gun, it's Young. That'll be incomplete with 9 seconds now showing on the clock.
Even without a ton of pressure in his face, it just shows how difficult it is to pick apart his own defense. Those guys are sitting back, and they're not playing receivers as much as they're playing the eyes of the quarterback and when he delivers the ball.
So they won't get a touchdown, but here's a chance to at least get 3 to end the first half. From the left hash, it's a 36-yard attempt. And his kick is good. And that's going to tie things at 20. So no problems at all on that one. And you know, there's virtually no win. This is a kicker's dream here tonight.
It absolutely is, isn't it? So to me, with no wind, it should be a passer's dream as well, right? But in this case, the defense held out. They had to force the field goal.
So 6 seconds, all that remains of this first half as the kick is away. And he'll be tackled just shy of the 25. He'll take the knee, and the final couple seconds will tick by in this first half. So thanks to the late field goal, we are all tied up heading to intermission. As we'll send you down the coast now to Orlando, that's where we find Jonathan Coachman, ready with our EA Sports Halftime Report. Coach.
Okay, Brandon, thanks very much. Back to you guys in a bit. But first, we welcome everyone to our EA Sports Halftime Report. We thought this one would be a close battle coming in, and we have not been disappointed. They're all even to this point. This has the feeling of a game that could go right down to the wire. One mistake or one big play could turn out to be the difference.
Okay, Coach, thanks as always. This one's still anyone's game as we welcome you back for quarter number 3. And ready to get the party started for the second half. It was an even first half, all tied on the scoreboard. And here comes a return from just beyond the goal line. And he'll wind up getting a couple extra yards here for his trouble and bringing it out of the end zone as he's down at the 27. Out come the Saints now. They'll go on offense first here to begin the third quarter. This offense ready for the first drive of the third quarter. Well, quarters number 1 and 2 entertaining. We saw some good offense points put up, Charles, and all tied on the scoreboard.
And it sets us up for what could be a really fun second half because we've seen both sides score almost at will here in the first half. And now, here in the second half, getting the ball first, you've got to think, hey, we can go out and really run our offense the way we did in the first half. But if I'm a defensive player, all I'm thinking is, can I make a play to really help out my team and break this streak of offense? And what a nice example there of a tight end doing exactly what he needs to do. How about how he worked his way to the outside, made sure he secured the catch, and then anything after that, we count that as a bonus, and indeed, he gets enough for the first down.
Meanwhile, Carr's throw complete there to Johnson. So the completion results there in 9 yards. And they'll have a 2nd and 1 forthcoming.
I don't care what sport you're playing. Everyone likes to build up a little momentum, don't they? And look at this, back-to-back completions to the big target at tight end.
That one not as profitable as the other, but still a decent gain. Now we give up the middle to Williams. And great blocking downfield as he's got this almost to the 35-yard line. It'll be a Saints first down on a gain of 16 yards. Interior of that line blocked really well on that run, but also the 2 tight ends, they blocked well too.
Not only have they scouted the line of scrimmage, with their agility, they can get upfield and hit moving targets like linebackers, defensive backs. They do a really good job helping out the running game.
And just no chance of turning the corner. He can only get back to the line of scrimmage. 2nd and 10 coming up. Looked like he was trying to bounce it outside, but no success.
Yeah, sometimes you got to just figure out where you're going to go, and sometimes you just have to take it to another spot. In trying to get it outside, the defensive pursuit was there and just ran him down.
On 2nd down, here's Miller. Nothing doing. Barely able to muster a yard to hit the 35. Got to get to the 26 for a first. This is 3rd down. Carr going to throw. And a throw there going to be incomplete.
As defensive coordinators around the league tell me all the time, that throw is not for every quarterback because you've really got to drive the ball downfield. It's going to be a tight window for him to fit that one into. In this case, unsuccessfully.
The kick by Lutz is good, and they have regained the lead. Well, they don't get a touchdown here on the opening drive of the 3rd quarter, but I think maybe you still say mission accomplished as they come away with the lead.
No, absolutely. You keep the pressure on, right? You go downfield, get some points up on the board, and hope that you've motivated your defense to take the field and hold that lead.
Following the made field goal, Lutz to kick it away. Taken at the goal line. And he'll get it up past the 20 to about the 22. The Panthers offense now, they head back on the field for their first possession of the 2nd half. And they find themselves down on the scoreboard following the field goal a moment ago.
And I think even though they trail in the game now, I would consider that a win for their defense, and that's probably what they're telling the offense when they get to the bench. Hey, the onus is on you guys now. Get back out there and get us the lead back.
Young looks to throw on 1st down. But that's complete to Sanders. And he'll be brought down right around the 37. First play of the drive going for 14 and also going for a 1st down.
Good route, good pickup for 1st down yardage, and that is a tough one to cover, the angle route, because a running back getting out of the backfield, if you're trying to cover that, especially if you're in the linebacker spot and you're seeing this play develop, he heads out towards the flat first, and that often gets you to overcommit running in that direction. Then he cuts back up inside you into the middle of the field. That's what we just saw there for a nice pickup.
A false start backs him up 5, 1st and 15. Short throw underneath to Hurst. Give him a gain of 5 on the completion, and it's 2nd down. A few moving pieces on that play because that was an RPO, was it not?
It was, but one important piece that didn't move incorrectly, the offensive line. Because when you're running this play, as he continued down the line of scrimmage, sometimes the lineman can wander downfield, and if you're more than a yard downfield, it's illegal to throw the football at that point. But they held their ground, held their spot, and turned it into a nice gain.
And here's another tackle made at the line, so they're converging well on the football now. Officially nothing on that one, no gain, so they're left with still 10 to go on third down. Now here's Young. And he's taken down here by the Saints. The corner blitz pays off there as they sack him for a loss of 5.
And this dominant defensive performance continued on that play. This poor quarterback has not received the protection he needs and has had to pick himself up off the turf far too often.
Here's Johnny Hacker now as he'll come on for his 5th kick of the night. And a fair catch signaled for and taken at about the 18-yard line. The New Orleans offense set to take over. And they're not going to play this conservative, I don't think. They had the field goal last time, and they're up, but they're looking to put a drive in the end zone.
Oh, I agree with you totally. No one goes out on the field and says, all right, let's just settle for 3, except in certain situations, trying to ice a game, that sort of deal. Most of the time, it's end zone, and that's what you're thinking, and I believe that's exactly what they're thinking as they begin this one.
Yeah, no quarterback ever goes out there saying, hey, let's get 3, right?
Not one that I've ever met.
Throwing on first down is Carr, and his throw is incomplete.
Not sure what happened there, but he just didn't get the right read on the coverage that time. Pass wasn't where it needed to be, and that'll send them back to the drawing board.
Now Carr, after the incomplete pass, brings him up 2nd and 10. They'll set up a throw. Setting up the screen for Miller. Stopped at the 24-yard line after a gain of 5.
Boy, that was certainly well-read defensively, and the key to any screenplay is space to work, and there was none to be found there, and they tackle him for just a short gain. It looks like, yes, it is 6 defensive backs on the field for Carolina.
They're going with a dime set. Here's Carr to throw. He gets this one complete to Traquan Smith. And he is going to have a Saints first down as they're able to get the 3rd down conversion.
And Brandon, from our time in college football, where receivers weren't running the traditional NFL route tree, one thing they did learn, find open areas, find soft spots, and set up and catch the ball. And I think we just saw that there.
Yeah, we saw that indeed, picking up the first. Now Carr again. And his throw's going to be incomplete.
A lot of times it's that first read that you have. Maybe you get it in pre-snap, and he locked in on his target, but he was covered quite well, and that one's incomplete.
An incomplete pass on first down. That leads to a 2nd and 10. To throw, it's Carr. There's a short one to the tight end, Johnson. And he'll be out of bounds after getting this one across the 40. He'll get only 3 there, so it leaves him with a 3rd and 7 ahead. Now that tight end position, it just seems to continue to evolve every year in the NFL.
Yeah, you're getting really terrific athletes. A lot of them maybe were wide receivers at one point. They continue to give you speed, great hands, and big bodies, which make them excellent targets for quarterbacks.
Now on third down, that pass knocked down in the backfield and incomplete.
When a linebacker diagnoses a screen, who wins? The quarterback getting a throw over to the back in time, or the linebacker running in to knock it away? With the athleticism of modern linebackers, they win the race more often than not.
Here comes the Saints punter now, as he'll come on to kick this one away. That's returnable now for Smith. They'll get 9 yards on the return there following a punt of 42. And it will be the Panthers' ball, 1st and 10. The possession of the football goes over to Carolina. And our game's hit a little bit of a lull here, a little bit of a snag. Punts on back-to-back drives.
And old-school coaches don't necessarily mind that. Didn't turn it over, right? Didn't create a big play for the other team. Right now what you're looking for is, can you gain an advantage in field position? And that's what both teams are seeking right now.
Yeah, they'll be seeking to gain that advantage here on this drive. It'll be Sanders to begin the drive. And he'll work this forward for about 3 at 2nd down.
They know that old expression, it's not my night. it hasn't been his so far. I don't know if the legs are a little bit heavy. Sometimes having to hang out all day and play doesn't exactly play to your advantage, but it's been a tough go for him.
And every time he looks up, somebody's there defensively. That was the same case on that play. Another run with Sanders. And not much to speak of. Call it a 1-yard gain up to the 26.
Back-to-back runs, I'd say that encompassed maximum effort for minimal gain.
Minimal yardage, and now they're going to need something more than minimal on this play coming up. These guys have punted 4 times already, and they're staring at a 5th, barring a conversion here on 3rd down. Throwing, Young. And that is incomplete. Here's Johnny Hacker now, as he'll come on to kick for a 6th time tonight. And the fair catch is made at about the 27-yard line. So a change of possession here on the punt. And they will take over 1st and 10. Carr going to lead the Saints up here 1st and 10 at their own 28-yard line. They'll come out throwing here to start the drive. Throwing out right here, caught by Olave. And give him 6 yards here as he stopped near the 35 at the 34. And from the 34, here's 2nd and 4. Smith will come in motion right. They'll fake the jet sweep and instead give up the middle to Williams. And this defense not giving him anything there. Maybe a yard up to the 36. They'll try and run for it. Here's Williams. That is not going to be any help as they dump him behind the line of scrimmage. Losing 4 yards that time, and now it's 4th down.
I'll tell you what, this defense hasn't played its best, but they're still right in this football game. And if they keep making plays just like that, they're going to give their offense a chance.
Here comes the Saints punter now, as he's on to punt for the 4th time tonight. That'll be a 48-yard punt, 1 yard on the return. And the Panthers will take over now 1st and 10. The Carolina offense about ready to go. And Charles, a very uninspired effort the last time we saw them out there. It was a quick 3 and out, and they punted the football.
Yeah, and you never want to get stopped so soundly during a series, but what would be even worse now is letting it happen again right here. They've got to get going.
First down, Young. To the right side and complete to Hurst. They may want to go back to that one. First play of the drive, good for 15 and a 1st down.
Oh, that's a nice job of clearing space in the middle of the field for your tight end. He's going to start behind the line and run an angle route, hoping to kind of get lost in the middle of the field. And this is put right on him, and he's able to pick up a 1st down.
On 1st and 10, it's Sanders. And he'll get this one up to about the 39 here. 52 yards rushing for him now in the ball game.
From the lineman to the guy running with it, that was a well-executed 1st down by the offense. With 2 shots left to get the 1st, you can get a little aggressive here on 2nd down if you want and try for some bigger yardage.
2nd down, back to Sanders. And tackled down after a gain of 3. Leaves him with 1 yard to go on 3rd down. That's some good tackling there to keep him short of that yellow line.
Yeah, and defensively, all I'm thinking is that on that play, get me to 3rd down. Get me into a position where I can make one more play and get my defense off the field.
These guys have punted 4 times already, and they're staring at a 5th, barring a conversion here on 3rd down. They'll try and pick it up by running the action to the right. Oh, Young loses it. And this is picked up by the Saints. And they'll set up shop in enemy territory at the 45-yard line.
And this is one of the dangers of letting your quarterback run the football. Now, look, he goes through ball security drills just like a running back does, but most of the time the quarterback swings the ball away from his body, and in traffic, sometimes they forget to protect it.
Now the Saints coming back out ready to go for this next drive. Over on the sideline, hoping to hit that reset button between possessions. Last time out, they had to punt it away. This time hoping to finish this thing off in the end zone. Now a 1st down carry. It's Williams. Von Bell up to make the tackle.
Well, sometimes you just have to give credit to the defense. Great job there at the point of attack, holding up. They won their battles at the line of scrimmage, left him no space to try and run. A really nice job swarming to the ball carrier.
2nd and 9 from the 44. They'll stay on the ground with Williams. And he's going to get stopped up quickly. Give him a yard down to the 43. And they'll need to get to the 35 if they want to keep this drive going on 3rd down. Now Carr. Got an open man. It's Olave. And he'll be taken down, but he does have 1st down yardage. A good pickup there, 26 yards.
Whenever we talk about moving the sticks and controlling the football, there's a great example right there. Those are the 3rd downs you need to convert to win football games. We're in the 3rd quarter of this one, and this is a tight one. In order to maintain pace, keep the ball away from the other team, and put points on the board, those are the plays they need to continue to convert.
On 1st and 10, here's Carr. Slant pass complete to Olave. It'll be a gain of 5, and that's going to bring up 2nd down. A give to Williams, running right. And he'll be dropped at about the 11 after only a yard. So they'll get a little extra time to come up with his 3rd down play as we've played 3 quarters. We'll return with more after this break. You're watching the NFL on EA Sports. The Saints on 3rd down. They're hitting at just 30%, 3 for 10. This will be 3rd and 5. Here's Carr. Caught left side, Williams. And he's able to get this down to the 5-yard line before he's out of bounds. They're able to convert on 3rd down, and that sets up a 1st and goal. Great mix of play calling so far. 3 runs, 3 passes. All 3 passes have been completions. 1st and goal.
I think on defense now, you have to almost take a chance. Rely on your scouting, play you think they would run here, and just load up for it and see what happens.
And he's going to press this one forward as they stop him right around the 1. Give him 4 on the carry there at 2nd and goal.
And Brad, they went to a nickel defense, and that's a surprise this close to the goal line, because ordinarily you use the back end of the end zone, the sidelines as extra defenders, and you want bigger people on the field to try and help against the run.
Now a 2nd down throw for the end zone, but it's incomplete.
Looked like both sides were anticipating a quick throw there, and the defense was ready to jump in and deny it, and they did.
A lot of tired bodies on that field, but this is a big play, 3rd and goal. Now Carr toward the end zone, but that's going to wind up incomplete.
They converted twice on 3rd down that drive already, but couldn't make it a 3rd. We always talk about in-game adjustments. How about what the defense did there, able to shut them down on that attempt?
So a big one coming now for Will Lutz. This to swell the lead to 6. The kick by Lutz is good, and that will add 3 more to their lead. It pushes it up to 6.
So the defense are able to force their first turnover of the game, and then they add on to that by getting the field goal.
And you don't just want to take the ball away from your opponent, partner. You want to make them hurt as well. And if you don't score yourself on defense, turn it over to your offense and have them put points on the board.
Let's go, fellas.
Following the made field goal, Lutz to kick it away.
And there will not be a return here. It's a touchback, and it'll come out to the 25-yard line.
Here are the Panthers now as their offense comes back out onto the field.
And that last turnover could have proven more costly, but their defense only gave up 3. But now answering with a field goal doesn't do them much on this drive. They need to try and find the end zone.
They'll start with the option. And holding it may be the wrong decision as he stopped in the backfield.
Really nice effort and an even nicer stop from Marcus May there. Well, he's had success in the football in this one. Yeah, that's undeniable. But that time, the defense was onto it.
And, partner, I think the more you see a play like this, the more they're able to diagnose it quicker and easier for them to defend it. I think you have to dress it up a little bit and show maybe some different formations and looks.
And Young's throw there incomplete.
So many offenses want to include their running backs into their passing offense and be able to swing the ball out or check it down to them. But sometimes those guys are just not as comfortable catching the ball as they are running it.
An incomplete pass on that last play, and that means they'll need to come up with something here on 3rd down. Now Young. And that will be incomplete. Here's Johnny Hacker now as he's on to punt for Carolina. A little juke. It'll be a 51-yard punt that time. And out will come the offense as they take over. Now the Saints, they trot their offense out here. They have the lead, obviously, late in the game. I guess the good news for them is if for some reason they would make a mistake, a field goal does the opposition no good.
Everyone loves to have a little bit of a cushion, and that helps you immeasurably. But the bottom line is, do all the things that you're taught in order to close out the game. Don't even let that become an issue.
Yeah, but still a one-possession game. This one not fully over yet. They start the drive on the ground. Kamara into the 42-yard line here and brought down there.
68 yards rushing for him now on what was his 10th carry of the ball game.
Well, it is our business to analyze what we saw out there, and on that play, I saw a defense staying in base, not taking a chance, not blitzing in a situation when they absolutely need the football back. That's either a case of overthinking it or not thinking it through.
If you do blitz, do you have to be careful about where you're coming from, or are you just coming from all angles?
You have to be careful about where you're coming from, obviously, but at this stage, you have to take a few chances as well.
So give them 5 yards there on the pitch and catch, and that will bring up 2nd down.
I do have to admit, I like it when it all comes together. When the top part, catching the football, right, whether you're catching it with your hands or cradling it, comes together with the legs, in this case the feet, doing a little toe tap to stay in bounds and complete the catch.
And a great job by, and I think the ball's out, but this will get out of bounds, so possession will stay the same.
Can almost see inside his face mask there, the look of relief. He coughed it up, but it goes out of bounds. They keep it.
Someone came around the lucky horseshoe, aren't they? If I were him, I'd go out and play the lottery after that one. A very fortunate man.
And they're operating in plus territory here. They're thinking points. Definitely don't want to lose the football at this juncture.
Here's Kamara trying to run for it. And he's taken down at the 43, but not before picking up the first. Give him 6 yards, and they do convert on 3rd. I'm guessing you'd say this is kind of the key here. Grind out some yardage, work on that clock, see if you can continue to tick it down.
Definitely, you want to bleed things out at this point, right? Continue to possess the football, gain some yardage, and put the onus on the defense. Do they have to use timeouts? What are they going to do to stop you? You're taking charge.
Just a yard on the pickup there, and it'll bring up a 2nd and 9.
Early down stuff to put this offense in a precarious position. We know that securing the point of attack, especially against the big-bodied guys in the middle of this D, is priority one.
On 2nd down, Kamara. And he is going to be stopped cold behind the line of scrimmage. It'll be a loss of a full 3 yards there, and it also brings up 3rd down.
As a linebacker, you're taught to stay just slightly behind the ball carrier just in case he makes a cutback. But when you find the gap, shoot it. And he found it all right. Took it straight into the backfield and made the tackle for a loss.
Throwing his car on 3rd down. The Panther rush too strong. They get there and take him down. Shaq Thompson making his presence felt on the sack.
Well, it's been a little bit of feast or famine because he's thrown for decent yardage, and obviously they've got the lead, Charles, but now he's been sacked 4 times.
And what I'm focusing on is his toughness in the pocket. Because you mentioned the feast or famine part. He's played well in between being dumped on his back, but every time he's had a chance to throw the football, he's been impressive.
Here comes the Saints punter now as he's on here to punt it away. And that'll hit at the 5 and go into the end zone for a touchback. Carolina getting set to take the field. Their defense accomplished step 1 of the mission. They forced the punt. Now they'll look to erase that deficit and take a 4th quarter lead. Now a 1st down throw for Young. And his throw's going to be incomplete. He was looking for Adam Thielen there. And it's 2nd down. They'll run with Sanders up the middle. And he stopped right at the 25 after a gain of 5.
Not a ton of room available on that one, but he made use of what space was available and gained decent yardage.
New Orleans adding some depth to the secondary. They've got 6 DBs out there now for 3rd. Young to throw it. The open man is sharp. It's complete. Finding room at midfield. He gets it across the 50 and down to the 48. A pickup of 27. And they pick up the 1st down in the process. Going old reliable there to the slot on 3rd down.
And the slot position has become the bane of just about every defense's existence because how do you cover? Do you go with a bigger guy to try and use size? Got to go with a quicker guy, and sometimes you even get out quick there. Very difficult to match up with that slot receiver. That's why they keep going back to him.
And he's had the hot hand. On the draw, here's Sanders. And he'll be taken down right around the 41-yard line.
67 yards rushing for him now to this point.
That play wasn't quite as big as the play that preceded it, but still, gotta like the way they're moving the football, partner.
Absolutely. Pretty good room to run on that last play.
Yeah, they didn't get a 1st down, but still, you'll take runs like that each and every time, won't you?
2nd down, back to Sanders.
Down the numbers. There he goes. And he just falls short down at the 1-yard line. A big hitter. That one goes for 40 yards. You hate that for him. He gets so close on the big run, but has him in excellent position.
And I know there's plenty of competitive spirit on the defensive side of the ball, but part of me wonders if they would have just preferred him to go ahead and take it into the end zone.
And he's going to blow his way in for a Panther score. Miles Sanders punching it in from a yard away.
And the Panthers are an extra point away from going back on top here in the fourth. Nice job of polishing off that drive, but all the credit there goes to that play prior.
Yeah, it certainly does, because after that big play, I think resistance almost felt futile at that point, didn't it? And the very next play, they come right back, quick, fast, and in a hurry, and put it in the end zone.
A very important extra point there, up and good, and they have taken the lead here in this fourth quarter. Now after the touchdown, here's Pinheiro to kick it off.
From a yard or two deep, here comes a return. And he's up past the 20 to the 22-yard line.
Back out onto the field now comes the New Orleans offense.
And they will be looking to answer the touchdown their defense just surrendered. Still a good chunk of time remaining here in the fourth quarter and a chance to regain the lead in a tight one. Carr going to lead the Saints up here first and 10.
At their own 22.
And he'll start with a give to Kamara.
It's a pickup of 4, and it'll bring up second down.
Well, on every play call, you realize it's not going to go for a touchdown, so a lot of your calls are setting things up for maybe later in the game, trying to establish the inside run with toughness now, hopefully get to the perimeter later, and let's face it, you could do worse than a 4-yard run on first down.
Second down, and it's Kamara again.
And he'll get up to the 43-yard line.
17 there, and a New Orleans first down. Defensively, they were in the 3-4, and that O-line just dominated the D-line there.
Let's go with a verbal telestrator here, because that D-line has a nose over the center, and it has the 2 defensive ends over the offensive tackles. That means the guards don't have anyone over the top of them. That creates a natural bubble inside where they sprint upfield, take on the inside linebackers, and if the back hits it fast enough, there should be space to run.
A really nice gain of 25 yards.
Oh, I like that play call there. After a run for good yards, you get a defense thinking they'll go back to the well. So that's a great time to call play action and give your receivers a little extra edge, and they complete the pass there for another first down.
So from Panther territory now, it's first and 10 at the 32-yard line. A busy night continues for Kamara. And he gets stopped up at the 31 after a gain of maybe a yard.
That was a really nice play, able to stack that one up. When they get back in the huddle, he's got to tell his guys up front, great job. They kept people off of him, allowed him to run free and make the hit on the runner.
Filled the gap nicely, kept him to just a 1-yard gain.
Kamara gets it again on second down.
And he's going to get this pretty close to a first down, stopped at the Panthers' 24.
101 yards on the ground for him now as he has gotten better, really, as the night's gone on.
Well, that last run makes this a 100-yard night. I've loved the way he's hit the holes. He's been quick, he's been decisive, and he's been a whole lot of fun to watch.
Now flags will come in. And I think this is against the Saints up front. The crowd's not doing that O-line any favors.
Home field advantage is really kicking in, making it very difficult for them to hear the snap count.
They'd love to get a little closer if they need to kick the field goal on fourth down. From this spot, it's 46 yards.
He completes it to Olave.
And he'll be taken down, but he does have first down yardage. That third down conversion good for 23. He's such a good route runner. Shows it there on third down. Very proficient and a good pass.
And you know what I've observed over the years in the NFL? The better a route runner you are, the more confidence your guy's going to have in you to go to you in important times because he can trust you being in the right spot, and they connected there and picked up a first down.
Try to pound it in, Kamara. And he gets him a little bit closer. He takes it from the 6 inside the 5 to the 4.
All of a sudden, those lanes that were there earlier in the drive dry up near the goal line. That's a good job defensively to diagnose the run and stop it for a very short pickup.
2nd and goal from inside the 5. They'll bring a tight end in motion. Again, Kamara. And this time he'll run into a wall right at the 4-yard line. 2 runs in a row, but only 2 yards to show for it.
His path became similar to almost running a stretch play, didn't it? Trying to find a crease, anywhere to put his foot in the ground and cut back. It just never materialized.
This crowd doing all they can. Here's 3rd and goal. Carr now on 3rd and goal. And he is going to go down. Back at the 11-yard line. A nightmare on 3rd and goal. He's sacked, and multiple players broke through the line to get him.
My man, it's been a rough night for that offensive line, and it's only getting rougher. 5 sacks now that they've given up in this contest so far. It feels like the witching hour out here, doesn't it?
Okay, stupid question. What's the witching hour?
Yeah, the witching hour. That's when everything goes haywire late at night.
So on 4th down, out trots the kicker in a big spot here. This for the lead in the final stages. The kick by Lutz is good. Well, I don't know if they would have gone for it on 4th and goal anyway, but the sack on 3rd down pretty much made their mind up for them.
You're exactly right about that, and this is a tough place on the field to take a sack because, as you just noted, it took the decision-making away from them. Now they have to go for a field goal instead of potentially going for it.
Following the made field goal, Lutz to kick it away. From a couple yards deep, he'll bring it out of the end zone. And he returns this to the 22. So now Young and the Panthers down by 2. A minute 53 remaining. Needing at least 40 yards, you'd have to think, to have a shot. Young to throw. His throw incomplete.
Work with me, partner. Take a deep breath, because that's what they're doing down the field now. That incompletion allowed them to exhale a little bit. Get in the huddle, kind of scan the crowd, see if any celebrities are here. Relax a little bit as they start this big drive.
Another try, 2nd and 10 now. Young. And that's going to be caught downfield by Chuck.
This game has certainly had no shortage of offense. Both teams have been revved up from the start. And here's yet another big play. Boy, both defenses have just got to be dragging out there because they've been run ragged throughout.
Plenty of time. All 3 timeouts still remain. Here's 1st and 10 now. And on the catch right side, this is Sanders. The Saints going to call the first of their timeouts as they'll talk things over prior to this upcoming 2nd down play. Now 2nd and 4. It's a 2nd down run with Sanders. And he's going to be brought down just shy of the 5 at the 6. Now we'll get a quick timeout called by New Orleans, number 2. And they'll be disappointed to have to burn one there after giving up the 1st down. Now 1st and goal. They'll run with Sanders. And he gets halfway there from the 6 to the 3 on a gain of 3. Now the Saints will use their third and final timeout. And as the two teams talk it over on their respective sidelines, we take a break. So the ball position now at the 3. Here's 2nd and goal. Sanders going to be hit and met at the line of scrimmage. They get him down at the 3.
Partner, you've got about 20 coaches on your payroll, but there's 60,000 of them in the stands. I don't think any of them like that play.
And the later we go, it's starting to sound like 100,000 in here. For the lead, here's 3rd and goal. Here's Young. Looking end zone, but it's incomplete.
With that incompletion, reality is staring them right in the face. This entire game is down to the next snap.
So the field goal unit is on the field as this is a big spot right here. This to take the lead here in the final minute. This is up and good from Pinheiro. And the sideline celebrates as they have taken the lead in the final minute. All right, so time to reset here. It's a huge kick there, gives them the lead, but they've got to be careful that their celebrations aren't a little too premature.
You're exactly right about that, because there still is time for the other guys to run a few plays and get into field goal position. So this defense is going to need to come up with one final stop if they're going to get out of here with a victory.
After the field goal, on to kick it away is Pinheiro. And here comes a return from just beyond the goal line. And the decision to come out of the end zone is going to cost him 5 yards as he's taken down right at the 20. Now all the focus shifts over to the Saints, trailing by a point after the made field goal. A little over 30 seconds remaining. Now their lead is evaporated, but they still have a shot on first down. Here's Carr. Pass complete, Thomas. And he will get out of bounds to stop the clock as he picks up maybe 8, and that's all. And I believe the referee's been buzzed. Yeah, they want to take another look at this call, and it's certainly a big one here late in a tight game. Did he keep those feet in bounds? That's the question they've got to decide. And I got to say, watching it in real time, it was awfully close.
Yeah, it certainly looked like a heck of a catch because he didn't appear to bobble it, which could complicate things. But even with the benefit of replay, that's pretty tight.
Well, here's the call. So the folks in New York just going to wind up confirming what the official saw as this play will stand as is. They come up now on 2nd and 2. Carr to throw. He's going to let it fly. This is caught inside the 15.
That's how you put field position. What a play right there. That nearly went the distance. Credit this defense for not giving up. They get him down just short of the goal line, but the damage is done. It's going to be 1st and goal from an ideal position.
That was a long shot, but they did get one final chance to try to score and overcome this small deficit. No touchdown, though, Charles, and that brings this one to a close.
Yeah, I think Hope was wearing one jersey and Worry was wearing another on the other sideline as that final snap played out. Now, we've seen some incredible plays to win games before, but in this case, I think the distance was just a little bit too great for it to happen here.
So that's a wrap for Charles Davis. I'm Brandon Gaudin, and this has been a presentation of the NFL on EA Sports. For more, check us out at easports.com. The Panthers are winners here as we say so long from Charlotte.